Hi coffee lovers, hope everyone's doing well. Today we're going to go through descaling a drip coffee brewer. It's very simple. The example that we have today is the Technivorm Mocha Master out of our break room here at Seattle Coffee Gear. It gets a lot of use, a lot of wear and tear, so it's in desperate need of a descale. So first thing we're going to do is get our descale solution, which I have right here. This is what Technivorm recommends. This is Urnex Descaler. And we're going to get some hot water and mix the two of these. And then just simply fill up our water tank with the descale solution. And then we will just simply turn the machine on, and it's going to heat up, and it's going to get all that scale out of the water path in your machine. So essentially what can happen is minerals can be left behind every time you finish brewing a cycle. Let's add a little more water so this isn't such a potent batch here. Dilute it a little more. I'm just making sure I get all the solution in there. And you want to get all those minerals out. And this is the best way to do it. It can actually, so many minerals can build up like in the water path of the machine that it can actually clog that particular water path, and you want to avoid that. So we're just going to turn this on, and it's just going to pull the water through the whole path just like it normally would with standard water, and it's going to go into our carafe, and we're going to do that once and pull it through. Once it's completely done, then we're going to do 2 rinse cycles and make sure we get all the descale solution out. And then once we do that, then we're going to soak all the parts of this machine that see the actual coffee residue in Cafiza. And then so by the end of this, we'll have this whole machine looking great for the break room here at Seattle Coffee Gear. So right now it's doing exactly what we were saying. It's just pulling little by little through here, and we're getting all that scale buildup out of the inside of the machine. So kind of like right now we're doing an internal cleaning of the water path. Then when we're done with this, we'll do an outside cleaning for everything that sees coffee. The descale solution isn't going to clean the coffee residue that you'll see in your spray arm here or in your brew basket or anything like that. You might have a different dripper at home, but everything here is very similar to what you'll see on different drip machines. So for example, we'll take the brew basket out and soak it. If you have the same with your dripper at home, then you're going to want to do the same. And the same with the carafe. You might not have a removable spray arm like this Technivorm here, but if you do, soak that as well. The Cafiza won't hurt any of the products on your machine, but it will get everything off and clean. So we're going to let this pull through, and then we'll join back once we start the rinsing cycle, the first of the 2 rinsing cycles. Okay, so it looks like it just completely got done with the descale. We got a few more bubbles here. It's still letting out a little bit, but that's great. So our entire descale solution has gone through and drained, so we know the interior is now essentially clean of scale. But what we're going to need to do now is rinse and make sure we have all that out. Because the last thing you want is to brew some coffee with descale solution still in your machine. So what we're going to do now, let me turn this off, otherwise we'll just immediately start pulling. What we're going to do now is 2 rinse cycles. We're only going to show 1 because we're doing the same thing over. But essentially you're just going to fill this up. You're going to do the same thing. This is just plain water, and we are going to rinse the machine. Descaling drip brewers is very easy, but that doesn't mean it isn't something you should do very frequently. It's really easy with Technivorm because they just say every time you finish with one of their filters, 100-pack, descale the machine. If you have a dripper that comes with 100 filters or something like that, just try to remember, when I finish this pack of filters, it's time to descale. It kind of also depends on how frequently you're using the machine in one day, but that's a good rule of thumb to go by. So we're going to let this pull through, and then we're going to do it one more time And then essentially the interior water path of this dripper is crystal clean. And then we can start focusing on the carafe, the brew basket, and the spray arm to make sure the exterior water path is clean as well. And it will be ready for a fresh pot of coffee. Okay, so we just completely finished our 2 rinsing cycles. So now we know everything in the interior of the machine in terms of the water path is good to go. So I'm going to empty this rinse water, and at this point we are ready to start our soaking process. And the best product for that is Cafiza. They come in these little tablets. We sell them on our website. I already got the solution started in here. I got a little bit of water and some Cafiza, so I'm gonna add some more water to this, make sure we have plenty of room to soak what we need to soak. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. There we go. And essentially, we're gonna get 2 different bins going here to soak stuff in. And as you can see, as I'm about to show you, some of this stuff is in desperate need. So, there's a lot of coffee residue right here at the top. Like I said, this is out of our break room here. I'm a frequent user of this machine. There's a lot of coffee residue on the bottom. I mean, as you can see, this is just, like I said, desperate need, desperate need. So we're gonna be soaking this, and I'm pretty sure, I think we can take this off. Not that we need to, but yep, that flips right off. So we got those 2 things to soak. We have, I'm gonna soak the lid just because it sees a lot of residue as well. For the brew basket, water tank lid. Then this actually comes off. It's gonna be a little hot because I just ran a cycle. There's a lot of coffee residue here and here. This is all just gonna be soaked, and the only thing we need to be sure of is that we give it a good rinse when we're done. And then we have our brew basket itself. So what I'm going to do is kind of put all of this into one thing here. And in one bin, we're gonna have our brew basket. Get that down there. We're gonna have our spray arm. We're gonna have our water tank lid. And we're gonna have our brew basket lid. Let's see if I can fit this all in here. Okay, perfect. So we got all those things in there. I'm probably gonna add a little bit of water. Get this out of our way for now. We also have another Cafiza tablet here, which I'm gonna put in here, kind of show you guys how we get this going. It's really easy. The stuff just dissolves in water, and it's very effective. What I'm going to do is actually put it in here, put this down here. It helps with hot water, just because it dissolves a little quicker. You get that. We boiled this water pretty hot, and it's just been sitting there for a few minutes. So I'm just gonna get this Cafiza solution going on in here. And this will get our carafe nice and clean, get all that coffee residue out of there. There we go. So that's good. And let's see if I can make room in here for the top of this somewhere. I might have to move this on over to the other bin, which is fine. Okay, so our carafe is doing its thing in there. And we have all of our other accessories over here doing their thing. And while this stuff is soaking, I'm actually going to give the rest of this machine a good wipe down as well, because it's just, a few things on this machine are pretty nasty. So I'm just going to go through, get the coffee stains off of here. Let me unplug it. The outside of the water tank's nasty. There's coffee grounds up here. The actual heating plate right here is got a lot of coffee on it. Sometimes the carafe actually sticks to that. So I'm just gonna go through that, give this a good wipe down, and hopefully everyone at Seattle Coffee Gear, all my coworkers, will be very happy that we have a nice clean drip machine in the break room. We have finished descaling our machine, and we are done soaking and rinsing all our exterior accessories to the machine. So as you can see, this carafe is gorgeous. There's no coffee residue on it. We just had it soaking in Cafiza for probably about 5 to 10 minutes. Water was a little warm, and then we rinsed it with warm water, gave it a quick wipe down, and it looks brand new. And then we have our brew basket, which is clean has a whistle. Our lid, same story. Our spray arm, everything's looking great. And as you can see, I was soaking, just like, I shouldn't say soaking, just dabbing the towel a little bit in the Cafiza and wiping the machine down. And this is all just from the outside of the machine, thanks to all my coworkers in the break room. But it's the whole machine is just pristine now. It looks great. So we're gonna put everything back here, and hopefully we can keep this as clean as possible in the break room. I'm talking to you, Nick Buxton. And then we will put everything back here. There we go. And everything looks great. So that is the entire cleaning process for our Technivore Moccamaster. When you're doing this at home, and if you have a different machine, some other type of drip coffee maker, just make sure you go through your user manual, and they might recommend a different type of descale. Just make sure you're abiding by that. And if you are, get it clean. And like I said, try to do it every time you run out of your filters, if that's around 100 count, and you will keep your machine in excellent condition. Thanks a lot, and give us a call at Seattle Coffee Gear if you have any questions.